Hi, it's Rebecca from RebeccaAdamsBiz.com, and in this video today I'm talking about your mindset. Maybe not, just do it. It's all about confidence, self-confidence. That now stay tuned because I've got 4 tips for you to help you with your self-confidence. So I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been going to attend a meeting or a networking event, or you're actually speaking at an event, which is amazing, or even a party, and you've been planning for weeks or even months what you're going to wear, what earrings you're going to wear, what colour matching, tie and socks or handbag and shoes, whatever. But then you go into the room and your confidence just completely goes. It's like you would just want to run back screaming out of the room. Is it the size of the room? Is it the people in the room? Has someone just walked in that, your confidence is just gone straight away? Or are you actually sat in a meeting and you can't ask the most best amazing question ever to be asked in that room? You have that question, but you don't have the confidence to ask it. Have you ever been in that situation? I know I have in the past, and it takes quite a lot to build confidence. But I don't want you to worry. I've got 4 tips for you to help you with your self-confidence. Another scenario which you may relate to would be, and I've been there and it is a personal one from me, as a parent, when you go to parents' evening or you get a phone call from school or you have to go and see the head teacher. But especially on a meeting at the school, they intimidate you. They are the teachers. And, you feel intimidated because they are, whatever title they have, you feel intimidated. Now, I've been there. This is a personal little thing from me. I've been at a meeting where my son has special needs, and I go to a meeting once a year. It's an IEP meeting. They may have changed the name. And, the counsellor sat there and the teachers are sat there and whoever's in that room. This has been happening for quite many years. I won't say how many, but maybe, before I go there, I used to I'll just turn up and whatever. Now, and I think it's happened over the past, 10 years actually, I'm in control in that room. I'm the parent. I am the most important person in that room. So I don't care, because we're talking about my son. I don't care what rank you are, what title you have. It's not about, I still respect everyone in that room until they annoy me. And I will not be intimidated, but it's taken years to get to this point. My 4 tips are going to help you because they've helped me. But it doesn't matter what they are in that room. The whole point, the whole reason of that meeting is my son and what I see fit. Because at the end of the day, and this is a little personal thing, at the end of the day, they go home. They don't have to live with my son. They don't have to, they're not with him consistently all the time. They're not going to live with him, once he's left school and he's now in college, but they're not going to live with him till he's 40, in his 50s, in his 60s. That's going to be me. So, they will do as they're told. So, but no, it's not, honestly, it's not about respect, it's about confidence. I know a lot of people that go into meetings like that who have no confidence, and they're sat there and you can see them like looking down, and they're sat there and their all shoulders are down and things, and you're thinking, come on, what are you doing? You gotta say that. You gotta stand there. You've got to make your point, because you know what? The worst thing you can do, especially as a parent, whether it's a parents' evening, a meeting, anything, is to not voice your opinion, not get your opinion across, especially if it's important. Because you will kick yourself. You will be driving home and you'll be thinking, what if I said this? What if I said? If you cannot live by ifs. So with your self-confidence, all I want you to do right now is stop and breathe. I have 4 tips to help you with your self-confidence. You may need to do these tips every single day. It depends what kind of person you are, because we're all different and unique. And but they will help you if you consistently make yourself accountable, as I keep saying, and consistently and build momentum and do these tips every single day. You will gain more self-confidence. It's worked for me. It's worked for quite a few people that I've said. I've given 1 tip to them and they're like, yeah, that's working. And then they've come back to me and I've said, how are you getting on? And they've told me, and it's just amazing. So I'll give them another tip. But I'm giving you 4 on this video, so you can take one out, watch the video again if you want a couple of weeks later, and then take another one. Or you can use all 4 in one go. It's entirely up to you. So I have them written down, so that's why I keep glancing. So number 1 is use visualization. So what I want you to do is close your eyes. Even right now while you're listening, close your eyes and think back to a time when you were confident. And I want you to think, what were you doing at that point when you felt confident? What were you doing? Why were you confident? And how did you feel? Try and bring back those feelings to today in whatever scenario you're thinking about, whether it's a party, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a networking event or a speaking event. Bring back the confidence you have in that visualization that you're watching right now. Bring back the confidence. Why were you confident? What was happening? How did you feel? Bring it back to today and relate it to the scenario you're going to be in. And I want you to think, what's the main thing you can do today that you did back then that you can bring back? That will give you the confidence straight from the get-go. But you need to give it a go. So again, I reiterate, close your eyes and think back to a time when you were confident. What were you doing? How did you feel? Why were you confident? And then bring all those feelings back and relate them to the scenario that you're doing today. Now, if you are having trouble and you can't train your brain to do that, go and dig out some old photos. Go into your photo albums. I've got loads of mine in albums and packets and things like that, and on memory sticks and memory cards and things. But think back, okay? If you've got no photos, I've got another one for you. Music always takes me back to, if you play one song, it takes me straight back to that scenario. I have loads of different songs that mean stuff. So I have one song that reminds me of a holiday. I've got one song that reminds me of my wedding. I've got one song that reminds me of a heartbreak, and so on and so on. We've all got songs that are relatable. So if you get a song that built your self-confidence, that gave you the power, it sets your visualization stronger. If you can listen to the music, if you can visualize straight away, and if you can't, you use the music and the photos that I've just mentioned. And what I want you to do is to jot down 3 things you remember from the photo or the music, and it'll strengthen your brain so you can do tip number 1, which is sit there, close your eyes and do the visualization. Okay, so if you can't do the visualization straight away, do the music or the photos. So tip number 2 is deep breathing. Now, when you're just about to go into the room, you may, especially if you've got anxiety levels with the size of the room, the amount of people in the room, I used to get this as well. What I now do is I concentrate on my breathing. I go in within myself. You wouldn't know because I'm smiling and saying hello to people, but I'm concentrating on my breathing, and I deep breathe in and out. And what I do, I calm myself. I talk to myself in the head. So no, I'm not crazy, don't worry. But to be honest, it's great talking to yourself, but I'm training my head. I'm calming myself. I'm doing deep breathing. And it's the calm before the storm. So you may be getting nervous, you may be getting sweaty palms, you may be thinking, oh, it's going to go wrong. You need to stop thinking, deep breath. You need to focus in yourself. Don't worry about what's happening, concentrate on your breathing, because it's just nerves. Loads of people get it. There's a lot of stars that have said, celebrities, singers, for example, there's a famous male singer that always gets nervous before he goes on stage, and you know what he said, if that doesn't happen, I'm going to quit, because that means I've lost the passion for it. So what I want you to do is it is the calm before the storm, before you go in that room. So if you're holding a drink and you're linking your husband or partner, whatever, you walk into that room, deep breath, and keep doing the deep breathing as you enter the room. Before you're going to network, before you're going to your meeting, if you're sat there in a meeting, deep breathing. before you go there, and it will calm the stress, it will calm the overwhelm and the anxiety. And it is totally natural to be nervous, don't worry about it, but concentrate on your deep breathing. So tip number 3, acknowledge your anxiety. So what I want you to do, you may have butterflies in your stomach, as I've just mentioned, sweaty palms, things, acknowledge it and just talk to yourself and say, it's okay. It's totally fine. It's natural, as I've just said. It's natural. Concentrate on your deep breathing and change your mindset. You can do this. You know, everyone's been nervous at one point or another, whether it's giving birth, whether it's going up for a job interview, whether it's, I remember when I was going for my driving test, it was absolutely, you know, so many butterflies, panic, anxiety, overwhelm, stress, everything, it just goes on and on and on. But if you concentrate on your breathing and you calm yourself with the anxiety and just say, it's okay, not a problem, then you've acknowledged your anxiety. The anxiety's like, oh, well, she knows I'm here then, or he knows I'm here then. I know it seems a bit, you know, kooky and stuff, but it does. This stuff actually works, you know. Tip number 4 is don't overthink. Guilty that, we're all guilty that, and concentrate on you. So you need to build confidence every single day to help you. So one technique is to try not overthink things. You know, the brain is so powerful, you know, and it might be hard to do at first, but you need to not overthink. So for example, you may relate, you've been given a scenario or something's happened, a situation, and you're always now thinking, oh, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? You need to stop judging people. Stop judging, reading too much into things like they're going to say that and that's going to happen. You're already playing out the scenario in your head before it's even happened. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop judging people if you do. And you need to try not to read too much into anything. You know, the written word can be taken, I say it all the time, the written word can be taken in so many different ways. So if you text someone or PM, or private message them, or, you know, however you contact people, email via words. If they're in a mood, they're going to read it in a mood and interpret it in a mood and take it completely the wrong way. The easiest way, get on the phone. But do not read too much into situations. You need to just concentrate on you. And you need to build yourself to the extent where you are taking one step at a time to build your confidence and being calm. And to build your confidence and your self-esteem, and everything will be intertwined with it all, you need to use the visualization techniques. You need to do your deep breathing. You need to acknowledge your anxiety, and you need to concentrate on you and stop overthinking things. You know, for example, if you're going to do a talk at an event, you know, what if I fumble my words? What if I do this? What if I fall off stage? I remember winning an award back in 2004, and it was in a room full of like 400 people, and I was sat there and they were describing who this person was who won this award, and I was like, pretty amazing, and I didn't even know it was me. Anyway, they kept going on and on and on and on, and then they said my name, and I was like, I had this long dress on. It wasn't too long, I don't think, remembering. It's back in 2004, and I had these heels on, and all I thought was, everyone was like, I had to go on stage for this award, and I was like, what if I fall flat on my face? And I'm like going through it, and I thought, you know what, just do it. So I was like, deep breath, I was shaking, I was like, it was just, everyone was clapping, the whole room standing ovation. I was like, oh my word. And I got up, and it was like the paparazzi were going. It wasn't the paparazzi, it was the company I was with. All the photographers were going. I did buy some photos, but I did not fall. I gained confidence from that moment, realising it was me. I'd just been clapping whoever it was, realising it was me, and then standing up, hugging a few people around me. And I was like, right, I've got to go on stage now. Oh no. I was like, right, just do it. And I was like, well, I've won the award, so I'm going to do it. And I got on stage, I went up the steps, I held my dress up, got on the steps. I really don't think my dress was too long. But yeah, I just did it. I did all the smiles, got my award, amazing. Took it up to the room and then came down for the party afterwards. But it was absolutely phenomenal. Could I have said anything on that stage at that point? I don't know. We just had a photo opportunity. We just got the award and then had photos and then sat down. And then we had a great big party after. But could I have spoken at that point? I don't know. And you know what? I'm not going to think too much into it, because at that point you're not given that opportunity. So do not read too much into things. You know, if you get to speak, great, say thank you, whatever. But you know, if you are actually speaking at an event, even for 10 minutes, start training yourself 2 weeks before. Start focusing on, it's not about you stood there with the saying everything. I've just told you what it's about. It's about the message. Everyone in that room is wanting to hear from you. They want to know the message. It's not about what you're wearing. Okay, you got to look smart and everything else, but you know, it's about the message that you're bringing across. So it doesn't matter whether now here doing this video I'm in pajamas or I'm in a onesie, or whether I'm in a suit or anything. You can't see anything apart from this bit. I'm looking at the video, this bit here. It doesn't matter. I am actually wearing slippers, but it doesn't actually matter. It's the message that's coming across, and whether you can implement that message right from the get-go. As soon as the video's off, can you action what I've spoken about? That's important. But to have the confidence, I mean, it's taken me a while to start doing the videos, because I'm looking in and I will tell you, the screen that you're looking at is here, right? But my video's there, which is there. So, you know, it's got me a little bit of confidence, and I've got a lamp right above it, so that's straight in my eyes. But you know, it's all about getting out there, being visible, deep breath. I'm not in front of 300 odd people doing a talk, but it's not just about, you know, whether you're going to an event. It's about being confident within yourself, whether that is even to speak up to a family member. You know, you need to gain that confidence, and the 4 tips are going to help you to get there. So, quick recap, I know I've already done it twice. Number 1, use visualization. Number 2, deep breathing. Number 3, acknowledge anxiety. And number 4, don't overthink and concentrate on you. So I would love to hear from you. This video went on longer than I expected, but I'd love to hear from you. So comment below or come over to RebeccaAdamsBiz.com and let me know what techniques you've used out of the 4 tips, what techniques you've used and how they've helped you to regain your confidence or to build your confidence. And I would also like to know in what situations you're lacking confidence in, and whether you could implement any of the tips I've mentioned today.